Think Verizon's best 5G network.
by the end of the day 미치겠어 miss you 눈부신 아주 내겐 영원 같은 waving 격한 이 fate 너를 그리는 daydream 널 원하면 원할수록 I feel so lovely 시작되는 망상들은 끝까지 날 push me 지옥 같은 시간 내 난 깨달아 낮이 됐건 밤이 됐건 의심 없이 I love you Ain't no doubt 넌 나의 love No worries 난 괜찮아 널 원해 괴롭지만 날 세워준 명예 baby no doubt No exit 갈증에 난 본능에 원해 너만 널 원해 괴롭지만 날 세워준 명예 baby 너랑 Yeah 너랑 Yeah baby 너랑 Yeah 너랑 날 태워준 명예 baby 너랑 밤이 내리면 날 있었던 내 맘은 널 아는 순간 check say Yeah I'm good enough 다른 사람처럼 손끝에 쉽게 녹지 Tell me what you want 원하면 내 사랑은 어찌 얼마든 prove it 100번 아니더 전부 너도 replay girl 달콤했던 밤을 지나 널 보내 다시 멀어지는 너를 따라 스며들어 crazy 반복되는 시차 속에 난 깨달아 아시 됐건 밤이 됐건 의심 없이 I love you Ain't no doubt 넌 나의 love No worries 난 괜찮아 널 원해 괴롭지만 날 태워준 명예 baby no doubt No exile 갈증에 난 본능이 원해 너만 널 원해 괴롭지만 날 태워준 명예
Introduction audio diary entry for the October 2025 livestream. Written on October 12, 2025. Hi to everyone that tuned into the stream or watching the replay. It's been about 9 months since the previous stream. I've really been wanting to do live streams slightly more often. But having actual material to stream and putting together these audio diary entries aren't easy for me. Plus I've been very busy with working on many video projects at a time. Right now when I'm writing this, I have so many projects lined up that I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm also having a lot of fun working. I know I'll slowly get everything done if I chill out, take plenty of breaks, and find ways to reduce stress. And it's also my favorite season, autumn. No spoilers for what videos are coming, you'll just have to see when they come out. This is an introduction for the stream, so I can't make this too long. I'll wrap it up here, so please enjoy the rest of the live stream. Thank you for listening. And now let's officially begin the stream. Beginning of birthday audio diary entry, December 2nd, 2024. Hello and happy December everyone. Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving. I'm back with doing a whole another long audio monologue thing like I did last year. The thing that kicked off the live streams on my channel in the first place. This time instead of writing 600 lines to reach an hour long, I'm only doing 300 lines because I don't want to talk about specific things in this. Those will be separated to make it easier. So this is solely a little rant thing to add into my next live stream. I'm literally writing this while I'm currently trying to get the other stream ready and hopefully do it soon. It's already December 2nd of 2024, it feels like time is getting a little faster every year. This time around usually for Thanksgiving we end up having leftovers for weeks afterwards, but this time we only had enough leftovers for 2 or 3 days. We still have turkey left. But there's no sides to eat it with besides maybe mashed potatoes? I already ate a lot of the sides and even more turkey, so I'm pretty burned out on it. When I was younger I didn't mind eating Thanksgiving food for weeks straight until Christmas came, but now as an adult I get so burned out on the food more quickly. Anyway, enough about Thanksgiving. Back to the topic of my birthday. It's coming up and I do have plans, but right now I don't know if they will be put in motion. I really want to go to Red Lobster. But it's too expensive according to my mother. If we can't go there, then my other backup options are either IHOP or Wood Grill. For anyone that doesn't know, Wood Grill is a buffet place with a huge variety of foods. They even give out sushi and ice cream for dessert. And if I can't go to those places neither, then I'll settle for just getting Chipotle or KFC or something. Honestly, it's hard to celebrate my birthday during this time of year because either everyone is super busy or it's too cold. Or everyone runs out of money by the time it comes. It sounds a bit depressing, but no worries, I'm used to it. I never treat my birthday as if it's a special day that needs to be celebrated anyway. I don't like having a ton of attention on me. When the day comes I'll write down what I did that day, even if it was nothing. One thing I am gonna do is try to get myself a rainbow cake. No, not because I'm gay, it's because I love the rainbow and I guess it could be a congratulatory thing for myself since I changed my pronouns a little bit. They were originally just she, her. But now I changed them to she, they. I might as well briefly talk about why I decided to change them here since I'm ranting about little things. I feel like it's both simple and complicated at the same time. It's simple because I started thinking that someone calling me, they, them, just felt correct to me. And then it's complicated because I don't really know if I want to call myself even a little non-binary. I still feel like a girl, so, am I even allowed to give myself they, them pronouns? I don't know how this stuff works. I did look it up and Google said that I'm allowed to do this, but I'm still not sure. And I don't want to ask anyone within the LGBTQIA+ community because everyone has different opinions on these things. I'm sure most people in the community would say that I'm fine to do this. But there are some others that would definitely not allow me to use they, them pronouns if I still feel like a girl. Plus I don't even consider myself to be part of that community anyway just because I changed the pronouns a little bit. Like I'm still heterosexual LMAO. Well, actually lately I've been trying to figure that out too. Again, I don't think I'm gay, I'm not romantically or sexually attracted to women. And I know I'm attracted to men, but I guess the feeling isn't that strong? So there is a chance that I could be within the asexual or aromantic spectrum somewhere. But I don't want to say 100% that I am because I truly don't know. I've never even been in a relationship before. I've only had crushes on guys, but it was only 4 of them in my life. Usually people have crushes on tons of people, but I only ended up liking 4 dudes. And I developed feelings for all of them out of nowhere. Honestly, none of them were super attractive anyway and they didn't do anything to impress me. So I only gained feelings for them just to learn some life lessons. Well, I learned them loud and clear and I don't want to go through that shit ever again. I'm honestly glad that I never got into a relationship in high school. I don't know how teens get into relationships also while puberty is attacking you at every angle. Puberty nearly destroyed my mental health back then. There was no way I was gonna be able to maintain a whole relationship. On top of that, I was extremely insecure about myself. Things would have went south so fast if another girl breathed in my boyfriend's direction. Now here I am as an adult, not even 100% sure if I like men all that much. I mean, it's completely normal for everybody to go through this in their life, whether it's their sexuality, gender identity and/or pronouns, or both of them at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure all of that out later, but for now she/they pronouns feel right to me. Am I even supposed to tell my family about that? I feel like it won't matter because they've been referring to me as she/her exclusively my whole life. So even if I tell them, they're still gonna call me she/her only. The switch to they/them will most likely never happen. I don't think they will reject it or anything, they just simply won't remind themselves to sometimes call me they/them. But enough about me and my current struggles with my very own identity and sexuality. So what am I up to currently in terms of YouTube content? Well, if any one of you watched or listened to one of my previous live streams, remember when I mentioned that there was a point in time where I was working on 6 to 7 videos all at once? Well, guess what? It's happening again. It's not 6 to 7 this time, it's actually only 4 videos all at once. It's less this time, but it's not any better. How did I manage to do this to myself again? I guess I think this is the only way I can get multiple videos done without too much procrastinating? Because it is hard for me to start on a video project. But once I get started, I have no issues working on it until it's finished. It's a good way for me to sorta pump out some videos to make up for the long gaps of time when I don't upload. But it's very tiring for me and I keep forgetting about that. This isn't 2018 to 2021 anymore. I could animate with very little to no problems back then. But now that I keep getting older, my body has started to yell at me to take more breaks and stop working so excessively. I mean, I already wasn't pumping out videos even back then. Again, animation takes time no matter how much and how hard I work on these videos. But there were some times where I could go pretty fast on a session where I could work on a ton of frames in one day. Like more than 20 sometimes. But now, depending on the video, I can only work on upwards to 20 frames a day at most, maybe 25 if I push myself a bit and take a ton of breaks in between. With the type of videos I'm working on right now as of December 2nd, 2024, even getting 15 frames done in one day is not an option. And I'm working on multiple of them at once on top of that. My ass is tired. Since y'all are not gonna hear this until somewhere in 2025, I might as well reveal what exact videos I'm working on. They will all be out by the time you hear this anyway, so this isn't even spoilers. Here's the videos I'm working on. aespa Karina and Ningning Supernova fancam animations. And then Ningning and ENHYPEN Sunoo's animation edit videos. The songs I'm using for the Ningning animation edit is Flowers by aespa from their Whiplash album. That song is getting majorly slept on and I don't appreciate that, so I'm doing something about it. Right now I have no idea when that video will be released. But I'm strongly hoping that I'll be able to get it out somewhere in December. It may not be possible though because of another animation edit I'm working on alongside that one. The birthday project I'm making for myself is ENHYPEN Sunoo animation edit with the song Nasty by Ariana Grande. Blame Instagram Reels for me getting this idea for an animation edit. I saw an edit on Instagram with an edited version of Nasty, and very quickly decided that I wanted to use that audio for a video in the future. Now here I am currently busting my ass trying to finish this difficult ass video on time. The progress on the video is going very well. But it's gonna be slowed down due to my stupid menstrual cycle coming very soon. I'll try my absolute best to work on it while I'm suffering from not being pregnant, stupid ass uterus. But in order to do that I'm gonna need either some Red Bulls in me or a lot of coffee to help keep me awake and focused. If I still can't focus enough to try and get some frames done, I'll just have to wait until it's over. Like, dealing with cramps sucks so bad. Not only are cramps getting more annoying, but also fatigueness makes me struggle to focus on anything. Even now when I'm writing this out and my period hasn't even started yet, the fatigue symptom is attacking me. It's 10 p.m. and I'm ready to go to bed. That would be the dream sleep schedule for me, honestly. Going to bed at 6 sometimes 7 a.m. is not great for my overall health, I feel. I'll seriously fix my sleeping schedule one day. But anyway, I need to hurry the fuck up and finish this Sunoo animation edit video on time. Oh, let me tell you what video footage I'm using for this video before I forget. At first I wanted to use Studio Choom footage for ENHYPEN's EXO performance, but then their newest song No Doubt released and that entire era gagged me so bad. The Studio Choom performance for No Doubt in particular stunned me, and I ended up deciding to use both that and Sunoo's fancam footage also from Studio Choom. His outfit is easy to draw. But the layers are so annoying for no reason. I keep having to add new layers while working on each frame on Ibis Paint X on my phone because everything keeps having to go under everything else. Digital artists know exactly what I'm talking about. But thankfully, regardless of that, I'm already at the halfway mark on completing the video. I'm gonna have to start the coloring process early so it can be finished earlier, instead of waiting until I finish all of the line art. I will do my absolute best on everything despite feeling so tired right now due to menstrual bullshit. If anything ends up being late, like being uploaded in January or something. The fatigue got to me. Plus again, I can't work as quickly as I used to. I'm getting a bit old for this. I also plan on working on and uploading more fancam animations in January and February since I actually don't plan to upload normal videos on those months, but I'll talk about that another time. I'm limited to writing 300 lines this time, and I'm already at 105. I already didn't plan on writing into this daily, but damn. Anyways, that's the update for the birthday month of 2024. I was hoping I could rest a bit this month, but obviously not since I'm so slow with everything. Don't worry, once I finish these current 4 damn projects, I'm gonna allow myself to rest for 1 week. I'll end today's birthday audio diary entry here because I'm so tired. I'll talk next time. End of birthday audio diary entry, December 2nd, 2024. ENHYPEN Jungwon J and AESPA winter dating rumors, December 10th, 2024. Hey guys, it's been a good 8 days since the last entry for this birthday audio diary, sorry about that. I didn't know what to talk about, but today something happened on Twitter that I think will be great to discuss here. Plus it's K-pop related and it involves 2 groups that I personally stan. ENHYPEN and AESPA. Enough intro rambling, let's get this started. So today on December 10th, both Jae and Jungwon from ENHYPEN became caught up in dating rumors due to a saucing fan allegedly posting photos of them out and about off their schedules. With Jae, the saucing posted photos of him and a woman hanging out today at I believe a restaurant or something. And with Jungwon, he was photographed with allegedly another idol Winter from aespa. Now real quick, both of the photos of Jae, Jungwon and Winter were all proven to be false. The photos of Jae were just him and his mom hanging out together. And then with Jungwon and Winter the photos were actually just of Winter. Jungwon was nowhere in those photos apparently. Both SM Entertainment and Belift Lab posted statements saying that the rumors were completely false and they were gonna take legal action. So as of now the situation is technically over. But I think we all know that K-pop stans take a million years to stop talking about shit even after it's all settled. It's because apparently there were some fans saying OT5 or OT6 after the dating rumors came out, excluding either both Jungwon and Jae or just excluding Jungwon from the group. Plus another usual round of stans stating the obvious saying don't invade idols' privacy, as if it needs to be repeatedly stated. Like we know at this point that saucings don't care and will never care about respecting idols' privacy. All they want is the idol's attention even if it's negative no matter what. All we can do at this point is heavily shame them and move on. I'm getting so tired of K-pop stans making hit tweets stating the most obvious shit ever instead of reporting, blocking, naming and shaming the people who invaded the idol's privacy. Also of course the situation turned into a fan war between NJeans and MI's ENHYPEN fans and aespa fans. There was one tweet from a MI saying, "Isn't that fandom the one that sent protest trucks when the group had female dancers for their choreography?" Then of course in K-pop stan fashion, NJeans fought back in the quotes of that tweet showing what MI's actually did to Karina when she had an actual dating rumor confirmed. I actually made shorts videos talking about both of these incidents. However, there's information I didn't include in my shorts video about the female dancers because this happened after I posted it. In one of ENHYPEN's music show pre-recordings for Bite Me, the ENHYPEN members spoke to NJeans for a bit before starting the performance. I think it was Jae that said they shouldn't look at or read any of the nonsense that was being said on Twitter at the time. It was safe to assume that he was hinting at the protest trucks and hate posts made about the female dancers being included in the Bite Me choreography. So it seemed like the ENHYPEN members knew about the protest trucks and hate over the women dancers, but decided to ignore it all and not make any official statements about it except a very vague statement during a pre-recording. They did end up changing the choreography. But I think it was only because the female dancers were under a time-limited contract with the members. Plus the members were still on tour at the time. So the dancers most likely couldn't go on tour with them. Now with aespa, I made a shorts videos only talking about how the fans reacted to the dating news about Karina. I briefly mentioned the protest trucks against Karina dating, which is what their Korean and Asian fans sent to SM Entertainment. The international MIs, more so the Western American ones, were legitimately upset that Karina was straight, because she was dating a man, and some even thought that she was a lesbian and dating Winter. I already said in my shorts video that it was weird for mice to do that, and gay fans needs to stop using their own sexuality as an excuse to assume everyone else's sexuality for quote, representation purposes. And also because of the protest trucks that were sent, Karina felt like she needed to write an apology letter to these quote-unquote fans for dating. Thank God she ended up deleting it after the news of her and the guy breaking up. She didn't even need to write that in the first place. So both NGENS and Mize are arguing over whose fandom is worse when it comes to dating rumors on their group. In my personal opinion, if we're talking in general, all sub-fandoms in K-pop are terrible with dating rumors. Y'all know the usual always happens where the Korean and Asian fans feel quote-unquote betrayed over their favorite idol dating, since it's part of the culture to shame an idol for simply dating. The parasocial aspect in both K-pop and especially within J-pop has always been a huge thing, and it's one of the main reasons why both K-pop and J-pop are very popular industries. And then you always see the international K-pop fans, again more so the Western American fans, trying to act superior by saying they don't care that the idols are dating, let them be happy, etc. etc. But just look at international armies the day only one BTS member gets a dating rumor confirmed. That same superiority complex and let them date attitude will leave so many people so fast. So the same goes for international fans within other groups. Now who do I think is worse between NGENS and Mize? I mean, I think both are pretty bad, but Mize might be only slightly worse. To me they operate like armies because they do not take any criticism towards aespa whatsoever. When a K-pop YouTuber named Taeju made his first What Happened to aespa video, he got massive amounts of hate from Mize to the point where he had to disable comments under that video. And I'm pretty sure none of those Mize even watched the video because the video was about SM not promoting aespa correctly. The video was mostly criticizing SM. But Mize only saw the title of the video and bombarded it with hate under his comments, and especially of course on Twitter. In his updated video about aespa with the same title, he even said that he got emails from Mize telling him to unalive himself. All because he made a quote-unquote negative video about aespa. Taeju's situation reminds me a lot of when I made my Sunoo video. Both the video and the title are about ENHYPEN Sunoo's solo fans being toxic and operating like AK guys. While they also claim to not be an AK gay. But for some reason they started attacking me and sent me unalive threats thinking that I was hating on Sunoo. And tried to make me think that my video was gonna cause him to receive hate. I ended up making a follow-up video trying to further clarify my points and also apologize for accidentally spreading unconfirmed information about Sunoo's physical health. Of course it didn't work and they still tried to accuse me of being an OT6 fan of ENHYPEN, even though I knew my explanation wouldn't work anyway. I mostly made the aftermath video to have the apology in there. I guess that's why I think Mize are worse, because both me and Taeju experienced receiving harassment in a similar way. He received harassment for being critical of SM not promoting aespa correctly, and then I received harassment from Baragas, Sunoo's solo fanbase, for calling them out on their major AKG behavior. And with my own continuous frustrations with armies as a fandom, as someone who has been in army for 8 years, Mize's very similar behavior to them makes me feel more grossed out by them. But to be as clear as day, that doesn't mean that NGEN's behavior hasn't bothered me. Obviously me making the Sunoo video brought out the worst fans towards me. And I haven't forgotten about what happened with that one fake black NGEN. Maybe one day I'll give my full opinion about that whole situation, but not today. Anyways, back to Jungwon, Jae and Winter. They all will be fine. Dating rumors happen to all idols. I do wish more was done about saucing fans, but stalking laws apparently aren't a thing in Korea. So right now not much can be done except file defamation lawsuits, I guess. Just think of the situation this way: every time dating rumors come out with an idol, the toxic, lonely and desperate fans expose themselves so quickly. Even if the rumors turn out to be fake, which is exactly what happened with Jungwon, Jae and Winter. Those fans who started shouting about OT5 or OT6 already exposed themselves for not actually caring about the members. They only liked them for fantasy purposes, thinking that they actually had a chance with either Jungwon or Jae. Same goes for Winter, as she definitely has a lot of fanboys within the My fanbase. And she's the most popular member in aespa right next to Karina. Those quote-unquote fans can't take back what they said, stopping their support for those members or just one member out of jealousy and betrayal, so the fandom cleanse has worked. I usually see dating rumors on idols as a good fandom cleanse, as it's the easiest one to spot who genuinely cares about idols for the music and personalities, and who only cares purely for fulfilling their own personal fantasies. There's also really no morally justified reason to stop supporting an idol just for dating someone. Being quote-unquote betrayed that your favorite idol is dating is so stupid because they don't even know you personally, and you also don't know them personally either. And this way, More and more of the toxic fans leave the fandom and it gives more room for the real genuine fans to remain. That's my own positive outlook on dating rumors and scandals for idols. But I know it's still not great for the idols themselves. Dating scandals can still be career ruining for them, unfortunately, again, as it stems from J-pop culture now ingrained into K-pop. So I of course understand why NJins are freaking out about this whole dating rumor with Jungwon, Jae and Winter, but again, they will be fine. NJins are doing what they can to protect Jungwon and Jae. And MIs are doing what they can to protect Winter. All while also arguing and fighting with each other, which is unavoidable with K-pop stans. The companies said they were gonna take legal action due to these rumors, or at least I saw Belift make the statement. That's all I wanted to say about this fiasco that happened today on a random Tuesday. I wanted to quickly talk about this before it all left my brain because I just looked into it on Twitter some hours ago. Some short closing statements for this diary entry to get this to 200 lines. I personally can't see Jungwon and Winter dating, not because I don't want them to date, but because it would be such a random couple. There's no specific reason why I can't see them dating. My brain just can't comprehend those two ever being together. Also, can y'all please let Jae take his own mom out on a mother and son date? Damn. The guy can't even hang out with his mother without these saucings being weird as hell. Anyway, that's the end of this entry. I'll talk here again soon. End of ENHYPEN Jungwon, Jae and AESPA Winter dating rumors, December 10, 2024. Updates to the ENHYPEN Jungwon and AESPA Winter dating rumors, December 13, 2024. Okay, so it's been about 3 days since this whole situation with ENHYPEN Jungwon, Jae and AESPA's Winter kicked off. When I wrote the previous diary entry, I actually didn't know that there were also photos spreading around of somebody that looks like Jungwon smoking. I was wondering why this situation became such a massive deal when dating rumors and scandals always happen, but most of the time they don't blow up like this. But I could be very wrong on that. So adding the dating rumor of another huge girl group with a huge boy group plus smoking rumors, no wonder this blew up so much. When I looked on Twitter, I didn't see anything about Jungwon allegedly smoking, and I didn't see any of those fake photos either. Could be that NJins are working hard to try and scrub those photos off Twitter to prevent them from spreading. Unfortunately, today on December 13th, wait, I just realized that it's Friday the 13th. Oh shit, unfortunately today I saw on Weverse within the fan letter section and you change it to the hot tab, malicious people are spreading those smoking photos around. And it also looks like a lot of Chinese aunties are the ones that are repeatedly posting those fake photos of a lookalike Jungwon smoking, as well as making a mockery of him smoking too. Those posts will hopefully be gone by the time you guys hear this audio, but right now it's kinda bad. Those posts are getting over 400 plus likes too, which is crazy. And translating them myself, the messages these Chinese fans write is so weird. Like they don't sound negative, but they also don't sound positive either. I mean, if you're gonna still post the false photos of the person who just looks like Jungwon smoking, that alone seems very malicious to me. This may seem a bit out of left field that Chinese NJins are being very malicious towards ENHYPEN Jungwon right now, but to me this isn't surprising at all actually. For some weird reason ENHYPEN has an awful lot of Chinese fans, or should I actually say Chinese saucings. Every time you see ENHYPEN walk inside the airport both leaving Korea and coming back, those specific fans swarm and mob the group every single time. I'm sure there's some Korean and Japanese saucings in there too, but I think for the most part it's Chinese saucings. There was one dispatch livestream I watched of ENHYPEN going to the airport leaving Korea for KCON LA 2024, and the reporter answered someone's question as to why so many fans were at the airport. The reporter said that a majority of the fans, or maybe even all of them, were Chinese NJins. So I think that's why on Weverse there's so many Chinese saucings posting and reposting those fake photos of a lookalike Jungwon smoking. The supposed alleged quote-unquote dating photos are being posted there too. And right now I don't know if the original poster that kicked off this whole dating smoking scandal was a Chinese saucing or a Korean one. I mean, either way it doesn't matter. They were trying to expose and punish Jungwon for reasons I do not know. And these Chinese fans are taking these photos and running with them out of feeling betrayed, I guess? I even saw one fan letter on Weverse written I believe by a Korean NJin, and all it said was, "So you didn't care about the fans?" And that was sent to Jungwon specifically. And it had over 100 plus likes on top of that. I think all of those posts were made before Jungwon made his statement though, at least I hope they were. I believe yesterday Jungwon went live on Weverse to address both the dating and smoking rumors and photos. Like the badass leader that he is, he kept it short and straight to the point. All he said was that he didn't smoke, he wasn't dating anybody, and whoever posted those photos are gonna deal with the consequences of their own actions later. Which, like I said in the previous entry, But Lift Lab did release a statement saying that they were gonna take legal action. Thankfully after this Weverse Live, he started getting a lot of praise from Korean Injeans complimenting his immense bravery for talking about the scandal head on without sugarcoating or being vague. Or just remaining silent until the scandal passed by. So as of now I'm hoping that his response was enough to start calming everything down. But now I really wonder why all of this happened in the first place. Because I watched Kpop Junkie talk about this scandal and he mentioned that some of the alleged real photos of Jungwon simply walking around at night were taken way back in October. So this person was stalking him probably for a while to get blackmail of him to expose, but since there was nothing they could use that was good enough for blackmail, they made shit up by using fake photos of him smoking. Again I ask, why did this person do all of this? This could be completely wrong. But I kind of feel like the whole Rise situation with Sungchan might have inspired this a little. He decided to leave Rise due to pre-debut photos of him having a girlfriend, smoking, recording dance practices when he wasn't supposed to, the whole thing with him and TXT Subin doing a very private Instagram live together. Yeah, there was a lot that was revealed about Sungchan's pre-debut trainee life, thus leading to him getting bullied by Korean fans of Rise so bad to where he was getting tons of death threats. Even when the official announcement of his return released, some people literally threatened to bully him until he unalived himself. SM Entertainment didn't do anything to protect Sungchan from these people, but okay, this might be a controversial take. But maybe SM didn't do anything because the threats were so bad and there were so many of them on top of that. Multiple Koreans fans were threatening to harm the guy all because he dated and smoked. Plus the secretly recording thing and again the whole thing with TXT Subin. He decided to leave in order to protect the other members, even though now he was announced as a solo artist. I'm very confused as to why SM thought that was a good idea, because I'm pretty sure the guy is still getting threats from those same Rise Korean fans that literally want him not here anymore. But whatever, I don't care about Rise to really follow that whole situation well enough. I just think Wonbin is very hot, that is all. Anyway, I bring that scandal up because of that happened with Sungchan, so would be too far off to say this? I think the person who quote-unquote leaked those false photos of Jungwon dating Winter and someone looking like him smoking probably wanted something similar to happen to Jungwon like what happened to Sungchan. Again, I could be very wrong, but it all looks awfully similar to me. Sungchan got wrecked specifically for having a girlfriend and smoking, so that's why everything feels a bit familiar. But if that was their plan, it didn't work because HYBE is more strict about protecting their artists as best that they can. I'll probably get called a HYBE stan just for saying that, but oh well. Y'all are the ones that make yourselves look dumb for blindly supporting or blindly attacking people all because you don't have any critical thinking skills. Or you think being nuanced in any situation is bad. But anyways, I think that's all I gotta say about this. Jungwon made his firm, cool and badass statement about all of this. And I hope his words calmed everyone down. I don't want to appear like a dramatic K-pop stan. But I do think Jungwon's response has now set a standard for how idols should address dating and or smoking rumors, or I guess rumors in general. It's always better for the idol to go live and set the record straight instead of their company writing a PR-ass statement, or the idol just writing a PR-ass statement in text. Set up the phone camera, go live and speak to the fans directly. Be direct and talk about the rumors head-on without being vague or sugarcoating. Because Jungwon did all of that. He's currently being praised for his bravery and directness. Now I don't blame some idols for just staying silent until the scandal passes. Or making some kind of apology to the fans for the dating or smoking rumor. But in my opinion, staying silent makes you look like you don't want to face your problems. And just saying sorry could show an admission of guilt. Jungwon didn't stay silent and he did not apologize to anyone. He went live strictly to defend himself and indirectly defended Winter from the baseless rumors. If people are making up shit about you trying to fuck up your reputation, you need to defend yourself to show these people that you're not afraid of them. To me, staying silent or apologizing lets them have all the power that they took from you. But responding quickly to defend yourself and shut down all the rumors they tried to spread about you, that's you taking your own power back from them. That's how I see it, and Jungwon did an amazing job with this dating and smoking rumor. I respect him even more after this, he's such a badass. And I hope this situation didn't cause too much stress for him as well as Jay and Winter too. Let's hope other idols follow suit with this approach to addressing rumors about them spread by sasaengs or aunties. Okay, this time that's all I gotta say about this topic. I'm about to run out of space for these 300 lines, so I guess the final part of this birthday audio diary entry will be in a few days. It'll have to be very short though because I'm already at line 278. So I'll talk to you guys again very soon to finish up this birthday entry. Updates on the dating and smoking rumor, over. December 13, 2024. After my birthday celebration, December 21, 2024. It's the day after my birthday and yesterday I had a great time. Before I tell you more, this birthday audio diary segment is actually now gonna be 40 minutes long instead of 30. I did it like that just in case there was more I wanted to add here without having to shorten up what I wanted to say. Still, if there's a separate situation that I want to talk about, that will still get its own audio entry. Anyway, about what happened on my birthday yesterday. Thankfully nothing crazy happened, it was just me and my family going to Red Lobster finally. I never told y'all that I have been to Red Lobster before, but it was over 10 years ago. It was when my uncle and his then previous wife came to visit us, and he decided to take us there. And weirdly enough, that was also the same day that Osama bin Laden was unalived. I know that's very random, but I still remember that as soon as we all came home. Then former President Barack Obama made an announcement on TV that he was assassinated. That's literally the main standout memory I have after going to Red Lobster over 10 years ago. It's odd. Thankfully something like that didn't happen again this time. As soon as we got there, my little sister forced me to take photos in front of the Red Lobster building for quote, memories sake. I'm someone that hates taking photos of myself because of how awful I think I look in them. When I look into a mirror I think I look fine. But for some reason the phone cameras make me look like a gremlin. Especially the 4K clear-ass iPhone cameras, you can easily see every single pore on my face when I would use the camera. I don't know, something about phone cameras makes me look so bad. Is it because of the pixels maybe? Well anyway, I took some photos outside the building. And then once we got inside my sister wanted to take more photos. And then the whole family chimed in, my mom even took some photos of all of us. The photos actually look okay to me. Even though there was still one picture that made me once again look like a damn gremlin. After all that we were escorted to our table, sat down, ordered and ate our food. Again nothing crazy happened. Just us telling funny stories within the family as usual. Oh also, they bought me a rainbow cake. It's not a big one unfortunately as they didn't have it this time, but it is a smaller one. It's enough for only me to enjoy, but it's also not too small. One day I will get the bigger version even if it's not my birthday. In this household, we often buy cake and ice cream simply just because. In case anyone is curious, I ordered grilled lobster salmon and shrimp with a loaded baked potato rice and broccoli at Red Lobster. It was so delicious. My only complaint is that I wish their food was more seasoned. I don't want to have to sprinkle salt, pepper and hot sauce on every dish I order from there. Then again, Red Lobster is supposed to be an upper middle class white people restaurant, so it kinda makes sense. I still have some leftovers that I'm gonna eat for dinner tonight. Then after that I have some animation frames to work on. The work grind never stops. Okay, sometimes the grind does stop because some days I need to rest my body from working. But I only usually take 1 to 2 day breaks because I really like animating. I promise that everything is almost done. I'm doing my best to work on everything once at a time. I think I said this before. But I'm working on 4 projects at the same damn time. I'll try not to do this anymore, but at the same time it's the only way I can kinda post more videos without going months in between uploads. I'll still try to manage it to where I'm not working on 500 videos all at once to keep myself ultra busy. Because after I finish the current projects, I need a 1-week break. Unsurprisingly enough, I already know what the next set of projects I want to work on. Again, the grind never stops. One last thing I want to mention for what happened on my birthday. After everyone went home, I ended up telling my older sister that I changed my pronouns to she they now. Also at Red Lobster I told my little sister this too. The older one at first questioned if I was gay because she doesn't fully know about non-binary stuff. But I replied saying no and that I didn't feel like a 100% girl. I just feel like 80%, maybe 85% of a girl. The remaining 15-20% is kinda unidentified, or I guess non-binary-ish. Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I already mentioned my pronoun changed earlier within this audio diary, but I didn't mention what my actual gender identity is now. I myself don't fully know how the non-binary stuff works either, but I think I kinda found a good gender definition for myself. I think I may be a demigirl? The definition said something about not fully conforming to your gender or something like that. It's a bit confusing to me. But it also does help describe how I think I feel about my own gender identity. I still very much feel like a woman, just not completely. I don't at all feel like a man either. But I am very comfortable with exploring the masculine side of myself. Loving video games has always been the ultimate comfort to my masculine side all my life. I also want to try to wear more men's clothing too, as I like wearing big clothes. I don't always want to wear skirts and dresses all the time, only sometimes when I'm feeling pretty. I have more discovering that I need to do, but for now I definitely feel good about calling myself a quote demigirl. It might not even be the correct definition as to exactly how I feel about my gender, but it seems to be the closest one I could find. Thankfully, gender is a whole spectrum of its own. So I'm sure I'll eventually find out exactly who I am and how to properly identify myself. I have my whole life to figure that out. But anyway, my older sister's reaction was a lot better than I expected. I wasn't expecting her to fully deny me or disown me, but I also wasn't expecting full complete acceptance either. Now I wonder if my family would be okay with me dating someone who's fully non-binary or trans. Well, honestly, I'm only fine with dating a cisgender male or non-binary man or a demi-boy. Not to sound a little transphobic, but I feel like dating a trans person would be way too complicated. As much as I love and support that community, I honestly don't want to deal with the complications of that. I'm not saying that it's their fault, but it's just unneeded stress. So my little sister and big sister know about my new pronouns. But only my big sis knows that I'm a demigirl. My mom doesn't know any of this yet, and I'm not sure when to tell her. I'm a bit afraid because she has expressed before that these things confuse her a lot and she thinks it's all stupid. But at the same time, she's over 50 years old. Of course, her thought process about pronouns, gender, and sexuality are very outdated. I don't care for her to do research after I tell her, I just hope she's at least a little accepting. If I tell her that I feel like a demigirl, which is slightly non-binary, would she accept it? We'll see, but I'll wait on that, unless one of my sisters tell her what I told them. I'll just have to get ready to attempt to explain everything as best as I possibly can when that day comes. Anyway, that's all for the actual birthday update. I'm already at line 360 for this bonus diary entry, so the next one is probably gonna be very short since it'll be the outro. I may talk to you all before December ends and we head into the new year 2025. Too long didn't listen. I ate at Red Lobster for my birthday and told my sisters that my pronouns are she, they, and I might be a demigirl now. See you again very soon. End of after my birthday celebration, December 21st, 2024. Beginning of a new year and a new me. January 3rd, 2025. It's officially the new year and I think this is a good place to end this special birthday audio diary. But I have some last things to talk about first. Firstly, I finally uploaded my ENHYPEN Sunoo nasty animation edit video on January 1st, on the dot of the new year starting. Again, I was supposed to upload it on my birthday, but I was just too slow. If I want to get something out on time, I'm gonna have to start working on about 2+ months before the date I want to post it on. That's already what I plan to do for Sunoo's birthday this year in June 2025. As I'm writing this, the video is almost at 200 views, so thank y'all so much for the support. Update, the video is now at 400+ views, again thank you for the love. Now I want to go back to talking about my gender identity to officially confirm some things. I am officially a demigirl for sure and I fully understand what it is now. I watched a video called 5 Signs You Might Be a Demigirl, and everything they said in the video completely resonated with me. For the last couple of months, I started to realize that I didn't 100% feel like a girl and woman. I didn't feel like a boy either, but back then I could not put my finger on what it was exactly. Even back in December 2024 I couldn't fully describe how I felt, but after watching that one video about what a demigirl is, I finally found a perfect label for my gender identity. One part of the video that really spoke to me was the part where the person said that some aspects of womanhood probably make you feel uncomfortable. And for my entire life, the thought of having kids and or being obligated to take care of kids made me feel so uncomfortable. Just because I was a woman, some people either wanted me or fully expected me to have children. And since I was a child, I never ever wanted that for myself. I always knew how stressful and time-consuming it was to have a child and take care of them, raise them, etc. I already fucking struggle trying to take care of myself, so I never understood why some people still expected me to have a child or multiple children. Just because I have a uterus doesn't mean I have to use the damn thing. I don't even want it anyway, to be honest. I have no children, but I wish I could get my tubes tied up right now. But no. For some reason you have to have at least 2 kids before getting a procedure like that done to you. Maybe I should just settle for never having sex in my life to 100% prevent getting pregnant. Because condoms break sometimes. That aspect of womanhood always made me feel icky because it was always low-key expected of me. It's really nice to now realize that I feel about 70% of a woman and the remaining 30% is non-binary, so I'm partly non-binary. In the last audio entry I said that I was in tune with the masculine side of myself, but now I don't feel that anymore. There's no part of me that feels genuinely masculine or manly in any way. I really was just trying to figure out my gender identity since I didn't know there was an actual label for how I felt. Feeling feminine and non-binary seems way more correct and right than anything related to masculinity. So yeah, I'm officially a demigirl for sure. Even after watching that video, I had a very happy feeling in my stomach afterwards, meaning that the label was right for me. I'm probably make a proper video talking about it as a congratulations to discovering this about myself, plus maybe help others discover themselves too. I'm at line 395, so I gotta end this entire entry now. Thank you all for listening. If you got this far, I really appreciate it. New videos are coming soon. More fancam animations will be uploaded this year hopefully. The normal K-pop animations are coming back this year, some more commentary videos are coming too. Also, I've been thinking about bringing back a certain style of animation back on my channel, the ones I used to make between 2018 and 2020. You'll see if I start doing it this year. But thank you for listening to this special birthday audio diary, and I'll see you again soon. End of beginning of a new year and a new me, January 3rd, 2024. Beginning of audio diary entry. My ideal type and non-existent dating life, January 30th, 2025. Welcome to the new year, everyone. By the time I'm writing this entry, it's already about to be February. It's actually kinda scary how fast time seems to be going now. Update September 25th, 2025. On this part, I wrote about not having a commentary video to post for this audio diary episode. But now I do have one. It should be out soon, end of update. That doesn't mean that I don't have any commentary videos planned. The mini sequel for the Sunoo video is still coming and will be released before you all hear this. Another update. I had a commentary video planned where I ranted about BTS 11th anniversary and defended New Jeans before they started going berserk over protecting their broomer with a Jimin Heejin. But of course that video is fully scrapped. Update over. But anyways, I'm not here today to talk about video content. I'm actually here to once again talk about myself and my dating life that has never existed. I called this livestream only series an audio diary for a reason, obviously. I'm writing this out all of a sudden on a random Thursday night because I've been thinking about dating for a while now. When I was going to school, I never had any real interest in dating anyone, even when I developed my very first crush in the 6th grade. But nothing happened then, as my crush back then only saw me as a friend. Then middle school came and went without me falling for anyone. All I cared about was my friends and my grades. Boys were never a thought for me at the time. And then high school came and I developed another crush on someone in the 10th grade. Throughout the rest of my high school years, I somehow managed to develop crushes on 2 guys at the same damn time before leaving high school. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I actually managed to have a crush on 3 guys at the same time. The first guy was someone I barely knew since middle school, and one day I just developed feelings out of fucking nowhere. He literally didn't do anything to impress me or warm my heart or anything at all. I literally felt them develop out of thin air within me. Has anyone ever experienced that before? Then the same thing happened to the other 2 crushes I had on random dudes that I again barely knew. They weren't complete strangers, but I just either had the same class as them or ran into them or spoke to them a handful of times. One of them I managed to go as far as getting their number from Facebook when I had one. But of course, nothing happened between me and any of those guys. The first guy, I slowly stopped liking him and started hating him for dumb petty reasons. The second guy ended up moving away very suddenly, and the third guy I texted for a while until one day the texting stopped. I don't remember why we stopped texting each other suddenly. But one day I decided to look on his Facebook page and saw that he already had a girlfriend. And he just had a baby with her too. I never deleted someone's number and unfollowed them so fucking fast. That same day I realized that all the flirty texts and even making plans to meet each other meant nothing. He would also completely ghost me on days we were supposed to meet up at some park nearby. And I remember my dumbass crying one day when he ghosted me, thinking that he didn't want to see me. The next day he texted me saying that he couldn't go meet up with me due to sickness or something. And I believed him right away. But now as a full adult, I realized now that he actually never wanted to meet up with me. He was basically a quote, fuckboy, but without the fuck part. He liked flirting with me and telling me things that he wanted to do with me, and some of those things were 18 plus, but he never actually wanted to do anything with me. I have no idea when he and his girlfriend at the time met, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was dating her and texting flirting with me at the same time. After I found out about all of that, I deleted his number, unfollowed him, and vowed to myself to not develop any crushes on guys for a long time. I absolutely refused to care for and cry over another guy that didn't care about me again. I still feel embarrassed that I cried over him like that. That bitch had bronchitis too. And I was really ready to fuck up my own lungs for him if we actually met up. Looking back at everything now, I'm actually so glad that I didn't get into any relationships when I was a teen and young adult. I was mentally and emotionally not ready for any of that, and I especially wasn't ready to have sex yet. But it's been about 10 years since all of that happened, and I kept my word and haven't had any crushes on anyone since then. Probably because I rarely leave the house LMAO. Now I'm a full adult and I'm slowly figuring myself out. In the previous birthday entry I talked about the discovery of me finding out that I'm partly non-binary. I'm still mostly a woman. But there's a small part of me that's non-binary, like the ratio is 70% female and 30% non-binary. Since I figured that out about myself, I feel like the next step now is to finally try dating someone. I've never been in a relationship myself and I've only seen how relationships work through my friends, my sisters, my mom and watching reality dating shows. So based on my observing skills I have learned what to do and what not to do in a relationship, and I finally feel like I can manage to be in one now. But there's a huge problem and I have no idea if I'll ever fix it or get over it to even allow myself to start dating. If you listened closely to the title of his audio diary entry, this is where I now talk about exactly what my personal ideal type is. I made a shorts video years ago talking about having crushes and my ideal type on Valentine's Day. It got no views at all. But I really only made it to put some kind of manifestation out there for the universe to know. I'm using this diary entry to further expand this manifestation to be as clear as possible. So here's the problem, my ideal type in men is kind of specific, like capital VERY, very specific. Basically if a man doesn't look and or act in a way I want them to look or act, I don't want to date them. Now here's what I strongly believe to be my personal ideal type. 1. They have to have a doll or baby face. 2. Long or slightly long hair is nearly a must. But I'm also fine with short hair as long as he's not bald or has a shaved head. 3. No fucking facial hair, I never liked mustaches or beards ever. I do not want to feel like I'm kissing a dog. 4. They have to be skinny but not stick thin, and a little muscular but not too muscular. A good example is someone like ENHYPEN Jungwon, Sunoo, Nicki, or Sunghoon's body type. 5. Freckles and dimples are completely optional since I know having those features are kinda rare, but it's a massive bonus for me if you have one of them. If you somehow have both of them I would collapse for sure. 6. Your personality has to be either calm and chill or bright and outgoing. Though I prefer to be with someone who's more extroverted since I'm introverted. The extroverts would want to take me to a lot of places and that would be a great way to get me more out of my shell and comfort zone. 7. I think this is the last important one for my ideal type. You cannot be black or dark-skinned. Sorry if that threw anyone off for a loop, but I'm being completely serious about that one. I am not attracted to black or dark-skinned men at all despite being black and Indian myself. But growing up I've never had crushes on any celebrities or fictional characters that were black or darker skinned. I know that could be the colorist in me, but that's how I've always felt. I always found it weird for it to be perfectly acceptable to not be attracted to fat people, but if you express that you're not attracted to certain types of skin color you're suddenly racist. I understand the thought process behind it, but a lot of people misinterpret the difference between actual racism and preferences for dating. Just because I don't want to date any black or dark-skinned men doesn't also mean that I hate them and don't want to be around them. Racism would be me not only refusing to date them, but also not wanting to be friends with them or be anywhere near them in public settings. I'm still fine with being strictly platonic with black and dark-skinned men, I just don't want to fuck them. That's the only thing. Plus honestly I've had personal bad experiences with black boys growing up, and I've seen what my mom and sisters went through seeing them date black and dark-skinned guys. So I would just rather not ever deal with that. Before anyone says it, yes I know not all black and dark-skinned men are bad. At the end of the day I'm still nowhere near attracted to them. My very first crush ever was a black guy, but he was lighter skinned and had curly hair. The other 3 crushes I had in high school were all Hispanic to some degree. And here's another huge problem for me, the guys I'm the most attracted to are the fair-skinned Asian men. To be more specific, I really like the Chinese, Japanese and Korean-looking guys. And shut up, I know that just sounds like I have permanent yellow fever, but I do not care at all. East Asian men have always been my exact ideal type since forever. I think I can confidently say that Sasuke from the anime Naruto was the official awakening for me in middle school, but at the time I didn't know it yet since again I didn't care about boys then. Like go back and listen to my ideal type list again. The doll baby face, the no facial hair at all, the skinny and a little muscular, calm and chill. It's all basically there. And this is a massive problem for me because of where I currently live, there are almost no Asian people that live out here. I mean there are some that live here. I was friends with a whole little group of Asian girls when I was a freshman in high school, but there were no Asian boys in sight ever. I honestly think my chances of seeing an Asian woman are much higher than seeing an Asian man. I know I could try to use dating apps to find them, but I'm honestly too scared. The amount of horror stories I heard from using dating apps has kept me away for years and years, plus I've always hated the idea of going on blind dates with people I've never met before. Again, the horror stories kept me away and I still don't want to try, but I'm at a point where if I really want to try dating I'm gonna have to start using Tinder or something. But Jesus Christ, I really don't want to. Most people on Tinder just wanna fuck and I don't want that. Call me old-fashioned, but I would much rather become good friends with a guy before I decide to even just kiss him, let alone fuck him. If there are any Asian men living out here, I highly doubt that any of them fit my ideal looks and personality that I'm looking for. But then again, who knows? I don't leave the house often to really know where they are and how they look. In whatever way I end up meeting someone that fits my type, I just hope it's in the most natural way possible and not through a fucking dating app. One day I might go on Tinder or Bumble just to see who is on there, but just to look. This is by far the most ridiculous rule within my ideal type list, but here it is. I also want them to closely resemble one of the K-pop idols that I stan. I told you this one is the most ridiculous, because I know that idols go through plastic surgery, makeup, crazy diets, and other wild stuff to look the way they do. It's very unrealistic is what I'm trying to say, and yet, that's what I want to date. I'm not saying that I want to just date a K-pop idol. But I am saying that I want to date someone that looks closely to a K-pop idol. But again, it's ridiculous and unrealistic because that's not how average people look, so why do I want to still date that? This is exactly why it's incredibly hard for me to date anybody. My standards in men are way too fucking high and I don't know what to do. I know the easiest thing for me to do is lower my standards or change them to make them more realistic, but my ass is too stubborn and shallow to do that. I only have this one life and I don't want to waste it on dating ugly and average men, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, I already revealed that I don't want to date black and dark-skinned men, so I might as well also blatantly say that I don't want to date ugly dudes with decent personalities either. It always pissed me off whenever I would see the prettiest girls dating fucking ugly-ass Shrek-looking men. I get that a lot of women only date men who have great personalities and looks don't matter much to them, and that's great and all. But that is not me, I'm sorry. My future man has to be either just as cute and pretty as me, or even prettier than me, honestly. Usually women are incredibly intimidated by men who look more beautiful than them out of jealousy. But those types of guys are the exact ones I want to be with. And I know a good amount of women avoid super attractive men because their egos tend to be really high, making their personalities either insufferable or a cardboard box. But to be more exact, I just want to date a really cute and pretty East Asian man with a bright, bubbly personality. If that sounds just like ENHYPEN's Kim Sunoo or young Jungwon, you're basically correct, haha. But again, I don't actually want to date the K-pop idols. I just want someone that both looks and acts just like them. It's all I'm asking for, that's all I'm manifesting. This entry is so much longer than I thought it was gonna be, sheesh. I think I'll end it here because I'll just repeat myself if I keep going. Plus I'm really tired of typing on my phone and looking at the screen, my eyes are in desperate need of a break. So I guess TLDL, too long didn't listen. I wanna finally try dating in my life, but it's really hard because my type in men is so specific and almost unrealistic. There have been times in my life where I worked hard to get something that I really wanted, and I eventually always got it. However, I've never done that with people before. Maybe now is about time. But it may still be a while before I actually try. I need to figure out how to start the process slowly. Or there could be a time where I just never do it and remain single for another 10 years. Who knows? Anyways, that's the end of this audio entry. I'll try to do less personal entries in the future as I don't want to reveal my entire life story on here. I just thought this would be fun to write about since it's been on my mind a lot recently. For the next live stream I'll try to put in more random K-pop topics to discuss. Talk to you guys next time. Quick update, I basically said that I really want to date androgynous feminine guys with masculine bodies. Update over. End of audio diary entry, January 30th, 2025. Session number 1, ENHYPEN Nikki Guilty Performance, Animated, Line Art. Date, February 1st. Frames worked on, 10. Notes, I'm so fucking tired. Hi guys. I just completed the first session for the Nikki Guilty animation video that I'm working on. Also this will be turned into an audio diary entry for the next livestream. I decided to sometimes document first, last and maybe halfway point sessions while making video projects. I used to do this before I even did live streams and just wrote my thoughts to myself after doing sessions. They're all deleted now, so I can't go back to find them and turn them into audio diary material. I think most of them were badly written anyway because most of the time I wrote about nonsense and nothing in general. I have this restricted to 50 sentences or less so I cannot rant too long. Like over 5 minutes long. Let me just start. Again, I just finished the first session and I'm very tired. My arm and shoulder were hurting a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I became more tired than anything else. Enough about me though, let's talk about why I'm animating Nicky doing the guilty dance. It's because he showed his abs, that's it. I remember that I watched a fancam of him doing the performance before it actually released, and that time he didn't lift his shirt up through his hand and arm. Turns out I just saw a rehearsal fancam of the performance, not the actual one. Then when I watched the actual real performance, the video idea I worked on today came to me. I only did 10 frames today working on his white jacket and pants, but the process is still going well. I have no doubts about this project yet, and let's hope it stays that way. I think that's all I have to say for now. So I guess I'll talk to you again once I either hit the halfway point or at the last line art session for the project. Wait, before I go, let me give a hint to what song I'm using for this animation. No, it's not guilty, though it would make a lot of sense. Here's a hint. It's a song that's very popular with people who make certain TikTok edits for Nicky specifically. I hope that hint was good enough. Okay, see you later. Update. The animation is already out and I knew it was gonna come out before I played this audio, so IDK why I gave a dumb hint in the first place. Whatever, update over. Completion session number 5, ENHYPEN Nicky Guilty Performance, Animated, Line Art. Date, February 11th. Frames completed, 10 out of 54. Notes, yo hello. I'm back after finishing to the halfway point of this video. Just an update, my arm and chest hurt like a bitch after the first 2 sessions I did. At first I didn't know what caused so much pain on my right chest, but then I figured it out. It was because I was lifting my arm for long periods of time for both of the first sessions I did. For 2 hours straight. Okay, not really 2 hours straight, I made sure to take a break in between, but I guess that didn't really help much. I definitely overworked the muscle in my right chest for both sessions because I was working for around 2 hours. And then on top of that my head was also down for those hours too. Making me incredibly tired by the time I was done. I actually looked it up and Google said that having your head down for long periods of time makes you very fatigued. So your back and neck has to be semi-straight to prevent it. I've been definitely trying to do that more because I hate feeling exhausted after working on animation frames. But back to my arm chest area hurting, I was in pain for about a week and had to slow down the video making process of Nicky's Guilty until that area felt better. This has happened to me before. And back then I didn't know the exact reason as to what caused the pain. But thankfully now I do, and I'm trying new positions to sit in while working to help both ease my back, neck and arm. I wish I could find the ultimate best position to work in, but I don't think I'll be able to figure it out without a proper desk or something. I have a desk but it's not great for animating on. I don't know, but anyway, my right chest area hurt for a while and I'm just now feeling better. It's not 100% yet though. There's a specific area that still hurts, but it's so minor that it doesn't affect me when I'm working. I'm still gonna be careful to make sure that the pain doesn't re-trigger though. That's about all I have to say, I think. I'll talk again either after I finish the last line art session, or maybe after I complete the coloring session. This project is taking longer than I thought it would, but I will try my absolute best to get it done as quickly as possible. Talk later, bye. Completion session number 5, ENHYPEN Sunoo Peekaboo TikTok Animation, Line Art, Final. Date, March 1st. Frames, all 17 frames are finished. Notes, it's been a minute since the previous session update. Hello again everyone. So there was a lot that happened in between the last update and now this one. For starters, I'm not updating under the Nicky Guilty video notes thread right now. I just went back to reread through the previous update and I never mentioned that I would be starting a brand new project. To be fair, I wasn't even thinking about starting a new project and I don't think the video was even out when I wrote it. But anyway. Right now the update thread I'm writing under is for ENHYPEN Sunoo Peekaboo TikTok animation. Before getting to that, first off, after I rested my arm after hurting for a while, I did another 1 or 2 sessions where I actually ended up re-hurting my arm and chest area again. My stupid dumb bitch did the exact same setup knowing that it would potentially hurt my arm really bad again. But for some reason it didn't fully click that the original setup I had was very bad for my arm. And I finally realized that it was because I would hold my arm up for long periods of time, causing the muscle between my arm and chest to become very overworked and fatigued. And then on top of that, my neck would be too far down looking at my phone screen for long periods of time, which also caused a ton of head, back and body fatigue. The overall setup I had before was terrible for me, and I don't know how I was able to work in that setup multiple times before with no issues then. As far as I remember, that's when I knew I had to find another setup that was good for both my arm and neck so that there's no fatigue or pain anywhere. Thankfully, I quickly found a new setup that's perfect for both areas. It's pretty much kinda like my old setup, but everything is more up and I use a pillow to rest my arm on so gravity doesn't wear it down. A few sessions in, and I immediately notice that there's no arm, chest, neck pain or fatigue at all afterwards. Yep, this is definitely the setup for me. Hopefully this way I can probably get more frames done in a day as long as I still take breaks in between. That will be tested out in the near future. Also, in between having to rest my arm and finding a new setup, I had to go to a doctor's and a dentist appointment 5 days apart from each other. I guess small TMI. But right now I'm trying to get an official diagnosis for autism, and then I had to get a permanent crown put in my teeth. There was a lot going on. But in the meantime I made sure that I did stuff to help my arm and chest area heal. Drinking lots of water and occasional ginger and or chamomile tea helps with muscle pain and fatigue. But if it really hurts, typical pain meds can help a lot too. I strongly recommend tea though, since it's the more healthier option. If you do it for multiple days you should feel better in no time. Since I started doing the new setup, I've been feeling much better as of March 1st when I'm writing this. I'm still making sure to be careful because I don't know if this new working setup could potentially cause the same old or new problems for me. Today I just finished the line art process for a new TikTok animation. I already announced it, but in case you missed it, it's the ENHYPEN Sunoo Peekaboo TikTok animation. There's 2 very simple reasons why I decided to animate that TikTok. 1, it's cute, and 2, it was gonna be extremely easy. All I had to do was draw 1 frame for every clip where Sunoo stood still. And then fully animate the jumping part, and that was it. I realized how crazy easy it was gonna be to make that TikTok animated, so I quickly decided to do it. The line art is done now. So all I gotta do is color and fix some things and it should be ready to go soon. It will definitely be out early March for sure. I need to finish everything quickly so I can make room for my next big project, and I gotta make extra schedule room for a massive upcoming birthday project. No spoilers. You will see when the time comes. Speaking of finishing things, I need to go now. I still need to finish the heeseung TikTok animation I've been working on since September 2024. And finish coloring these damn fancam animation frames for aespa Supernova. I'm just wasting more time typing this, so I'll go. No more small project updates for now until my next big and special project. We'll talk again soon, bye. Celebratory session, ENHYPEN Sunoo Peekaboo TikTok animation. Date, March 19th. I know last time I said no more of these mini audio diary things until my next big video project. But I have some things on my mind that I want to quickly talk about and just add it into this little rant series. I always say I don't want these things to be long, and they always end up being very long anyway, but this time I'm being for real because this is limited to 50 sentences. Well, it's not actually limited. I could make this longer if I want to, but I'm challenging myself to see if I can make this 5 minutes long or shorter. Let's see if I can do it. Let's begin. Spoiler. This ended up being 73 sentences long, so I completely failed. Today I just quickly want to rant about 2 things. The first thing about Sunoo and dance challenges. And the second thing about an artist on Twitter I followed that blocked me out of nowhere. I'll give more details about that a little later, but first let's talk about Sunoo and his TikToks. Here's something I've been thinking about as of recently. Ever since ENHYPEN debuted, Sunoo would always make TikToks that require very little dancing, or they required him to act very goofy. As far as I remember, there's only about 1 or 2 TikToks from him where he actually does a popular dance trend. This isn't me saying that I don't appreciate any of his silly TikToks he makes, as I literally just uploaded an animated version of one of his TikToks 2 days ago when I'm writing this. Plus I've animated some of his other TikToks in the past too, and I guess a spoiler. I plan to animate his TikTok tiramisu cake very soon. So obviously I love his TikToks very much to where I put all of my own time turning them into animations. However, there's part of me that wishes that Sunoo did more dance-oriented TikToks, like all the other members do. But here's the thing, I'm not saying that Sunoo doesn't do dance trends at all or ever. We literally have 4K video footage of him doing the sticky dance challenge by Kiss of Life, just without all the twerking and ass shaking everyone expected him to do. We also have footage of him dancing to heeseung by August D, which is also something I plan to animate in the future. And there's plenty of pre-debut videos of them dancing to girl group songs and doing the choreo for them with his friends who were all girls. If you've been a Sunoo stan for long enough, you know that the guy loves dancing, and he's always called the K-pop master by the other members because he claims to know almost every single K-pop dance. But despite that, Sunoo doesn't really make any effort to do more dance trends on TikTok. It's fine if he prefers to do the silly and random TikToks. But every once in a while I would love to see him showcase his dancing skills by doing an actual dance trend. I have a little game theory as to why he doesn't do them. And I could very well be wrong here, but it's just a thought and not a fact obviously. I do think Sunoo doesn't have the confidence he used to when it comes to dancing. And I'm not saying he doesn't have the confidence to dance period, I just mean when it comes to other people's choreographies. Of course he can do his own choreography and he can do other choreos. But I do think that Sunoo might be a bit scared to do dance trends. There's been many times where when certain idols did a dance trend, they would immediately get picked apart for the way they danced. Either they did too much to show off, or they did too little because they didn't do the feminine moves. Or fans just become jealous that the idol did it better than their faves and get pissed off. K-pop stans have become very stupid when it comes to idols doing simple dance trends on TikTok for fun. Yeonjun from TXT is the biggest victim of this. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Sunoo decided to not participate and only make the more goofy TikToks without getting any potential backlash for his dancing skills. I have already seen some discourse around his dancing skills anyway, about how he's not as good of a dancer as the other members. They're not saying it to be malicious. They just state it as a matter of fact compared to the other members like Nicki or Jungwon for example. Again, this is just a theory and thought of mine. I have no idea why Sunoo doesn't make more dance trend videos on TikTok and we may never find out. It could really just be that he prefers to make silly TikToks and that's it. Nothing more to it and that's completely fine. So update, I think Sunoo somehow heard my thoughts because now he's doing more dance TikTok trends. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank you Sunoo. Back to the original diary. But anyway, enough about that, now on to this artist on Twitter that blocked me out of nowhere. This was a very small incident that happened. But it still upset me when it happened. Update. I started this section saying that their account was suspended and I had no idea why, but I discovered that their account isn't suspended. I was just being dumb and spelled it completely wrong the whole time. Their account is still up and I'm still blocked. Anyway, update over. Their username was called Tupilic. They're a Twitter artist with a lot of followers and they only drew very cute art of Kim Sunoo, and of course as an ENHYPEN artist myself and I fell in love with their art, I followed them. They ended up following me back when I started leaving comments showing support for their cute art of Sunoo. And also sometimes they would write cute tweets about Sunoo and I would like and retweet them. I can't remember how long this went on for, but it was a while to where we became pretty friendly with each other. I don't think we were friends per se. But we were fairly friendly to each other sometimes. And then one day, my dumbass decided to wreak havoc on Twitter by replying to some post about Sunoo being mistreated. And I believe the post was about the fucking Future Perfect Japanese MV. If you guys watched all of the commentary videos I've made about Sunoo's fans on my channel, you would know that I've talked about that situation to absolute death. I can't exactly remember what the post said. But I do remember that it was another stupid ass baragi talking about how the Future Perfect Japanese MV incident was full-blown mistreatment. I was very pissed off seeing that pop up on my timeline and decided to respond, saying that the situation was not mistreatment and these people did not care at all about his health back then. I make better points about this in both of my commentary videos centered around Sunoo's fanbase. I don't want to repeat everything here. I don't remember what happened after that. Though I'm sure that stupid baragi replied to me doubling down on why it was mistreatment or something. I think we argued until they stopped responding. Then after some days later I noticed that Tupiluc's posts weren't showing for me on my timeline anymore. I thought that maybe they just haven't posted in a while or something. So I decided to go look at their account and, to my shock, I saw that they fully blocked me. I sat there stunned and had no idea why they blocked me at first. But then I quickly put 2 and 2 together and it equaled for 4 immediately. They absolutely blocked me because of my rant about the Future Perfect Japanese MV incident, and somewhere in that argument I said that Sunoo wasn't being mistreated, or I doubted it or something. It didn't upset me at first because I already knew that Tupilic fell for the toxic solo stan rhetoric that majorly infects the K-pop community everywhere. I've seen them make tweets about how Sunoo is being mistreated and how he deserves more exposure and such, and while I disagreed with the mistreated narrative I never argued with them about it. I followed them because I love and respected their artwork of Sunoo and that was it. They were entitled to their opinions. For whatever reason I didn't think that they would block me for the shit I said about his supposed mistreatment, as I thought they would internally disagree and keep following me. But no. Because I doubted and shut down the popular narrative completely ran by solo stans, they blocked me. Honestly, I don't completely know why it upset me so much because again we weren't officially friends or anything like that. I guess I became upset because I realized that they also genuinely believe that the Future Perfect incident was actual mistreatment. Which I've said a million times that situation grossed me out to no end. It really sucks that they ended up blocking me for going against the toxic solo stan rhetoric of Sunoo being mistreated every second that he works within Belift Lab. I talked about how that whole situation completely disregarded Sunoo's health and well-being at the time, all because he didn't show up in a music video to simply recover, and I guess? No, fuck it. Tupilak also didn't care about Sunoo's health at the time either, despite them always making fan art of him. She made many tweets about how happy he makes her and how she aspires to be as confident as him one day, all of those gushy tweets people make about their bias. But then she and other dumb fuck baragas also disregard Sunoo's health for the sake of wanting to see him in one music video so badly. Nah, fuck Tupilak for blocking me for that. I felt like this for a while but never talked about it until now. I'm getting tired of writing this and I surpassed the 50-sentence limit on this, I don't even care. Update. I wrote a thread on Twitter about her when I discovered that she wasn't suspended, and I just called her out on most likely being a solo stan herself. I never fully noticed before. But all she tweets is about Sunoo, nothing of the other members at all. I've personally looked at a lot of baragi accounts and they all only tweet and talk about Sunoo. Which is a clear sign that they're a solo stan. They're the quiet one and not the toxic one that attacks people, that's why it was hard for me to notice when I was following her. Deleting some stuff from the original script because it was about her being suspended, but she's not. Long ass update over. Fuck that baragi bitch. That's all I wanted to talk about for now. And for real this time, no updates until my next big video project. Talk to you next time, bye. Final session number 24, ENHYPEN Nikki Guilty Performance Animated Coloring. Date, May 17th. Frames colored. All 54 frames are colored. Notes. I'm back to update that the Nikki Guilty animation edit is finally finished. I wasn't planning on making another audio update since I have enough material for the next livestream. But I decided to do another one to update you guys because I feel like it. I just finished editing the video some hours ago and it turned out really well. To spice up the video, I decided to use one of CapCut's transition effects to make it look really cool. The video will be out before y'all hear this audio. I added a glitch effect switching between the fancam footage and the animation. Not to toot my own horn, but my editing skills are improving, methinks. I hope you guys love it. I'm uploading it on YouTube of course as well as TikTok and Instagram Reels. I'm also gonna be tagging Nikki's sister Kanan on the video to hope that she sees it and shows it to her brother. I know that Nikki loves fan content, so I hope he sees it and acknowledges the video in a public way. I've been trying to get ENHYPEN's attention with my content for a long time, so I hope this works. With all that out of the way, now let's try to briefly talk about some upcoming projects. Right now I'm working on 4 videos. Even though I told myself not to work on more than 3 because it's too overwhelming. But I'm working on 2 new fancam animations, an animation edit for Sunoo's birthday. And a special animation for No Doubt by ENHYPEN. I've been trying to low-key pump out more fancam animations because I have so many ideas listed there, but it's kinda hard. My goal is to make up to 20 of them before this year ends, but I don't know if I can do it. Update, that's not happening. In fact, I'm gonna be taking a break from making them after I make 2 more before 2025 ends. Update over. I split up the No Doubt animation into 7 parts to make the process easier for me. And so far parts 6 and 7 are finished. It's over 400 plus frames I'm working with for that project. I only have 88 of them done. Help, update, I'm now 200 plus frames in as of October 2025. So this video is basically halfway done. Yippee, update over. Yeah, that video isn't coming out for a while. The video is not even hard, I'm just so fucking slow. Once I'm done with these damn fancam animations, I'm gonna pump it the fuck up and speed up the process of making this video so it can be out as soon as possible. The other video I'm working on. And the most important one is the Sunoo birthday animation edit. As you guys know, I wasn't able to make a birthday video for him last year in 2024 due to being swamped with so many projects at once. I didn't even have time to make something much shorter, and I couldn't find anything to animate that wouldn't take me 1,000 years and miss the deadline. So I made a big promise to myself to make something for him this year in 2025, regardless if it was long or short. I decided to make it an animation edit since I enjoy making those and I've been improving on them recently. There was an idea I had for a long time with a song I really wanted to use. And a fancam I really wanted to use along with the song. Since you guys don't know, I create reference video edits for my animation edits so it can be a lot easier to animate over. Plus I also add the music so I can get the timing right, just like a real TikTok edit but animated. Those reference videos will never see the light of day because I always delete them once a video is finished. However, since I put so much effort into this specific reference for the edit, I might show it at the end of this one. It's so good I don't want it to go to waste. It's the 18th of May when I'm writing this and I still got a month to go. And I have no idea if I'm gonna finish the video on time. Mind you again, I'm very fucking slow. Update. It's past Sunoo's birthday now and I'm currently now even at the halfway point of the video being finished. There's a really good reason for it. But I'll talk it in the next session audio entry for that project. Update over. I'm gonna try to color frames in between working on the line art because I usually do all the line art first and then color. We'll see how that goes and if it helps speeds up the process. I already know what projects I'm gonna start working on after I finish all of these current ones. I will try to make more TikTok animations because I really want to make more of them. I have a lot on my list that's been sitting there forever and I could never get around to them because of other projects. But there's a very old one I've been really wanting to animate for a while. So once these projects are done I will get started on that. Wait, I just remembered that I'm working on 5 projects actually. Oops. It's because I've been working on another TikTok animation for so long that I blanked it out of my brain. Thankfully that one is nearly done so you'll all be seeing it soon. It's been in the works since September of last year. I'm beyond burned out on that project and want it to be done so bad. Thank God it looks really good so I can't wait for you guys to see it. I think that's all I have to say for now. Thank y'all for waiting for me to finish this Nikki video, and so sorry for delaying it so much. I talked about it in another audio diary. But I suffered some chest and arm problems at the very beginning of this Nikki project. I figured out a different setup so my arm and chest doesn't hurt anymore. And lately the new setup has been doing wonders for me. But anyway, let me leave before I find more random shit to talk about. Thank you all for the support and thanks for listening to my rambling thoughts. Session number 20. ENHYPEN Sunoo Sex and Float Animation Edit, Line Art. Date, July 26th. Frames, 69 out of 132, nice. Part 10 out of 15 is finished. Notes. Hey guys. It's been a pretty long time since the previous little audio diary update. The last entry was way back in March. Obviously I've been pretty busy since then. This is most likely gonna be the last entry for this specific livestream because now I have way too much material that I have to record. The shitty thing about recording audio diaries is that I have to wait until I've written them all to be able to record them. And then edit them all together to make a big ass audio file to play during the stream. The downside about making a huge audio file is that it makes it low-key hard to pitch it down so it isn't in a chipmunk tone. I speed up the audio a bit so it's more easier to listen to on stream. I actually might tone the pitch down a little more so it's not grating to listen to. Anyway, I'm finally writing these notes on the big video project I kept mentioning in some previous entries. You heard the title, it's for a video called ENHYPEN Sunoo Sex and Float Animation Edit. Now, this project was originally supposed to be Sunoo's birthday video this year 2025. But you can guess what happened. Simply put, I fucked up the timing on when I should have started the project. I started working on it in early May, giving myself only about a month and a half to complete it. I completely underestimated how long it was actually gonna take me, so a month was nowhere near long enough. Plus I somehow forgot that I don't work on my menstrual days due to fatigue and pain, and sitting is already so uncomfortable for me during that time. I only really have a 3-week period to work. And even the weeks I can work it's not that many because I have to rest often. I've talked about some injuries I've gotten before due to working on these animation projects. Like my arm and chest area and my right shoulder used to constantly hurt all the time. Thankfully I already figured out a setup to help my arm-chest area. And I figured out why my shoulder was hurting and am now improving it with certain stretches and exercises. I fixed the shoulder, arm and chest problem, but now I gotta somehow fix this neck issue. You see, at the end of June, literally right after Sunoo's birthday, which was horrible timing, I suddenly started experiencing god-awful neck and upper mid-back pain out of nowhere. It was intense. Literally the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life, I'm not even joking. To this day I don't exactly know how it started. But it could be due to overworking and sitting for too long without really stretching that area first. During the first or second day of suffering, my dumbass decided to not take pain meds thinking I would be okay because during the day the pain was manageable. But at night that's when the actual pain started, and it was absolutely horrible. And the worst part was that once it started after midnight, I couldn't take pain meds until a certain time, which was around 5 or 6 a.m. I mean I could have taken them. But they wouldn't have kicked in right away due to my digestive system slowing down after midnight, so once it went back to normal speed I could take them. And I don't want to take pain meds at a time where they won't even work anyway and possibly would have to take more in case the previous ones straight up didn't work. That night was one of the worst nights of my life. All I could do was bear the pain, trying not to cry my eyes out, and I used my heating pad to help subdue the pain a little. That heating pad was kind of a lifesaver and it helped me endure the pain a bit until I could take pain meds at 6 a.m. And also, even if I so badly wanted to bawl my eyes out, I couldn't even do that. On top of my neck and back fucking hurting intensely, my throat was also hurting horribly to the point where swallowing was the most painful thing ever. So not only was I suffering from major neck and back pain, my throat felt like a wreck too, which obviously made eating and drinking very difficult for me. I literally couldn't swallow even my own saliva without having to mentally prepare myself and cringing in immense pain every single time. I also could not cough, sneeze, yawn or burp without my throat and neck hurting very badly, so my body thankfully decided to not do these things during that time. I actually don't want to imagine what would have happened if I had to sneeze so bad during that time. Pretty sure my neck would have exploded. After that one horrible night, I made sure I took pain meds at the right time so I could survive the other nights with much less pain, and also drink more water and herbal tea to help with the pain too. I think it only lasted for about a week before it slowly subsided, and on week 2 of dealing with it there was still some minor pain. I had to be extremely careful to not somehow re-trigger the pain. So during that time I absolutely could not work on any projects to make sure I got better first. It's now the end of July when I'm writing this. So I've officially 100% recovered from that awful ordeal. I have now incorporated neck and upper back stretches to my stretch routine now before working on animation frames. To make sure I never ever go through that shit ever again. I'm so serious when I say this, I wouldn't even wish that kind of pain on my worst enemy, it was that bad. It was a pretty good reminder that I work too much sometimes and may need to slow down since I keep unintentionally hurting myself somewhere on my body. One day I will force myself to take a 2-month break from working to really heal both my body and mind, but in order to even do that I would have to have a lot of video projects ready to go. It's the only way for me to take a comfortable break without stressing out about uploading. And desperately wanting to start projects before I randomly decide to not make them anymore out of laziness or disinterest. Despite what happened to me, I'm still not taking a break anytime soon though. I will be slowing down a bit, don't worry, I really have no choice in that regard because my body can barely take this animating shit anymore. Getting older also means this hobby will get harder no matter what you do and it sucks, and there's not much I can do except stretch well and rest often. But anyway. Shit, I haven't even talked about the video project itself yet and this audio is already at the 5-minute limit. I'll try to keep it very short because I do not want to yap all night. I'm animating Sunoo's very famous and popular Come To Me fancam along with a song called Sex and Float by a Thai artist named Percy. I discovered the song from watching a TikTok edit someone made of Sunoo on island practicing his dancing. I added that very TikTok at the end of my first Sunoo video about his fanbase if any of you seen it. Honestly, it's one of my favorite Sunoo TikTok edits of all time. And the song made it so much better somehow for no reason. Since I fell in love with the song, I had to use it for a project. And I think it fit the Come To Me fancam really well, so I made my own edit for the project. The video is separated in 15 parts for every clip I use to make it easier to work on. And so far when I'm writing this 10 of those parts are all done, so the project is nearly complete. I'm hoping that you guys can see this video at the end of August or beginning of September. But that depends on if my body decides to attack me again somewhere, like when my neck and back randomly decided enough was enough. I'll be very careful about that, I promise you. Like I said, never again. Update. Obviously this video I'm speaking about did not release in August or September. I will try my absolute best to have it done and up in November. But if I don't, December should be the one. Back to the original audio. And then the even bigger video project, the official animation for No Doubt by ENHYPEN will be released after this. When? Don't know yet. Another thing before I go, I'm stopping the fancam animations for a while to focus working on more TikTok animations. The reason? Simply put, I really missed making them. That's it. I randomly remembered how much fun I had making them in the past, so I decided to go back to making them for a bit. It's not like I decided to stop making them for the time being intentionally. I just wanted to really kick off my new series of the fancam animations that I started last year. I've also been having fun making those videos too. But now I'm a bit tired and want to take a little break. They're not stopping though. They're so hard to make even though they're supposed to be very short. You would think less frames means easier process, but hell no. I currently have 2 new ones ready to go and they will be out when you hear this. And then I will work on one more to hit special number 10 for the playlist of the series, and then back to TikTok animations for a minute. The fancam series will return either at the end of this year or early next year. This isn't concrete set in stone plans though, they can come back whenever I feel like working on some. I might even decide to work on them slowly in between the TikTok animations and other projects, who knows right now. That's all I got for this entry because my shitty phone is kind of dying. I couldn't make that shorter no matter how much I tried, we're at 7 minutes with this one. Damn, it's the last entry for the live stream, so I'll talk to you in the next one. If you're also an animator or artist in general, please stretch your neck well before sitting down to animate to avoid what I experienced. LOL, bye bye.
The bespoke AI Family Hub Plus refrigerator with AI.
Put it over here. And then I need to find. Am I out of canvas? Well, I gotta get canvas. This is a canvas. The shade is heavy, bro. So I need to. Oh my god, this is so much. Okay, this should be set. We should be set for a long time with this much. Oh god. This is heavy. Oh god, this is gonna fall. Okay. Let me find the edge and then I just need to cut this out. Up here. This shit is heavy. That's more than enough. Let me just cut out a piece. I already burned myself twice with the glue gun. Yeah. Is this enough? That's enough. Let me cut this. Oh, I disappeared. Whatever, I'm just cutting. You don't need to see this. Just imagine scissors cutting a canvas. It's not that interesting. Let me move this. Okay. Cutting off stream, yeah. So now I have the cloth. And what you want to do is you put it on the... Okay, it's a little short, but it's okay. It's a bit short. But it's okay because you're gonna stretch it. Don't worry. You'll stretch that John. So there's hooks on the sides. Let me put it in first. And then you fucking stretch that tiny little pussy. Ah, my thumb! Just be careful of the spikes. Ouch! Ow. What if it falls? It's not gonna fall. It's clamped. And then as you stretch it this way also. Nice and tight, just like how The Weeknd likes his pussy. You kind of use, I kind of use like the lines as a guide for what part needs more stretching. Mostly keep it straight. And then I just kind of test like if it's stretched nicely just by putting it. It'll like, it doesn't need to be super tight, but it pushes back very slightly. This part is a little leaning to the right, so I can stretch it just a little more. Except the whole table is moving. Honestly, it's fine. It's not that big.
Without the ones like you working tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. No matter your industry, Grainger's here for you.
This is an Etsy holiday ad, but you won't hear any sleigh bells or classic carols. Instead, you'll hear something original.
Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. Asana AI can spot roadblocks and assign work to keep everything on track. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.